Paul Nash was already a successful artist when he enlisted in 1914. After serving as second lieutenant with the Royal Hampshire Regiment, he was invalided back to England. He returned as official war artist, his paintings capturing the full horror of human conflict. This is his story. Paul Nash was born in Kensington, London, on the 11th of May 1889. As a boy, he spent time in Yateley, on the northeastern tip of Hampshire.
I'm Peter Tipton, a member of the Yateley Society, and we've been researching Paul Nash for many years and his connection with Yateley. I'm standing in front of a house which was Mrs. Wilding's school, which he attended when he was from about 5 to 10 years old. In fact, Paul Nash was the only boy in this girls' school. His father sent him to Yateley to stay with a trusted aunt, Mrs. Chapman, who lived at Harpton House in the centre of Yateley, and he had to walk as a little boy all the way from Harpton House, perhaps a mile, to this school every day, and he would have walked across open fields, and I'm sure that he was inspired by the local common, the heather and the heathland round here. And we think this is the school that generated his interest in painting.
In his autobiography, Outline, Paul Nash said of his time in Yateley, "I think it awoke in me my first love of winter country. The brittle ice pools with their dark, thin rushes on the common, the rich weather stains and bruises on the dripping trees in the deep lanes." Soon after the First World War broke out, Paul Nash enlisted in the 28th Battalion London Regiment, the Artist Rifles, in 1914. They were on home service at the time. Keen to see active service, Paul Nash was gazetted second lieutenant in the Royal Hampshire Regiment in December 1916 and prepared to travel to France.
Second Lieutenant Paul Nash joined the 15th Battalion of the Hampshire Regiment in early 1917 and served with us in France until the summer, when he was injured and invalided back to England.
Paul Nash broke a rib when he fell in the trenches on the eve of the Ypres offensive. Whilst recuperating back in England, he worked on sketches that he'd drawn during his time at the front. In the immediate aftermath of the Third Battle of Ypres, better known as Passchendaele, Paul Nash returned to France as an official war artist in November 1917. Paul Nash saw himself as representing the stark reality of war. He wrote to his wife from the front on the 16th of November 1917. "I am no longer an artist interested and curious. I am a messenger who will bring back word from the men who are fighting to those who want the war to go on forever. Feeble, inarticulate will be my message, but it will have a bitter truth, and may it burn their lousy souls."
Personally, I really love Paul Nash's paintings, not just because of his connection with Yateley, but I love this era of the First World War painters. His style of painting, modern, very dramatic, is the sort of things that I really like.
Paul Nash continued painting right up until his death in Boscombe, then in Hampshire, in July 1946.